know, there's something there to motivate me every time I either work on stuff or, you know, think about my favorite bands. It's like they all started in some way, shape, or form. They all started doing kind of the same thing I'm doing.
Mm-hmm. Now, since we're kind of getting into, you know, music conspiracy theories, have you heard the last note of Truce and Leave the City basically
that was
being
like the first listen through.
It is wild. Here, let me
let's hear
let me
it.
pull that up. It's crazy. So basically, Truce is it's the last song.
The last song of Vessel is Truce.
Vessel. Okay. So the last song of Trench, their newest one, Leave the City, they have the same ending transition, and it's wild. Let's listen to that. It's a pretty short clip.
Yeah.
So that was Truce. And Leave the City.
I love that so much.
Yeah, that's so crazy. And I think there's some other bands that do the same thing, like Panic at the Disco, thinking so ahead with their music videos and stuff.
I feel so bad because I don't know what it is, but I cannot get into Panic at the Disco. It's
really, I find that really interesting because you like 21 Pilots
like,
so much.
I appreciate. There's a lot of like Panic songs I dig. Like I've covered a couple. Like they're a lot of fun to record and cover, but. Like, I respect Brendan Urie so much as a vocalist and musician, but for whatever reason, I can, like, maybe I just need to give their older work more of a shot, but their newer stuff, like their last couple albums, like, I don't dislike it, I just, like, can't get into it, and it, like, frustrates me because people always ask me, like, hey, like, what do you think of Panic? And, wow, you should cover this song, and I'm like,
Like, hey, Mike, where's your High Hopes cover?
Like, exactly, like, probably somebody's asked me that, and I'm like, I have to like go through the exact same thing I just said. It's like, well, I respect them, and Brendan Urie's amazing, but I just can't get into their music, and I just like, come on, I need to force myself to like this band, but yeah, I can't, I don't know what it is.
So when are you gonna put your conspiracy theories in your song? I'm waiting.
Here's the thing, dude. I have done a couple of times. I can list one. In my very short list of times I've actually done that, but I've done stuff like in the title track that we were talking about earlier for Here's to Getting Better, I reference my previous like full-length album, And I Wonder If You Feel Like I Do. I reference that album in the lyrics of that, and you know, I kind of call back. I think the lyrics are something like, I think back to last January where I asked if you felt like I did, and that's you know, kind of talking about that album, and that whole album is about just different emotions regarding, like, you know, whether it's relationships or just like perspective on your own life and just struggling and stuff. And a couple people caught on to that, and it's really cool when you know, you have listeners that not only are listening to your music but are really
that care enough to pay attention,
that are really like looking at everything and looking at every detail. And that's the kind of stuff I want to keep doing, and that's the kind of stuff I do for those people. And even if there's only a couple of them right now, like the fact that people could read that and go, oh wait, I know what he's talking about, that's cool. I kind of did something where it was very odd how this all worked out, but I wrote a song a while ago that I just kind of posted on my YouTube channel, and I shot a little music video for it, and it turned out really cool, but I never really did anything with the song. But I took that song, and the last track on Here's Getting Better is called By Morning We'll Be Fine. And at the end of that track, there's like a reverse passage that goes. And it's this song that somehow ended up being in the same key. And I didn't realize it until after I'd written the song, because I was really gung-ho about ending this album with like some reverse thing. I just didn't know what. So I took this song, which is called I Want to Be Numb. You could find the video on my YouTube channel. And I took that song and I put it in reverse, and the strangest thing, you'd have to hear it. It's basically it really just kind of wraps up the EP really nicely. And the words and lyrics are all in reverse, obviously, as is the instrumental.
Just putting that
Yeah,
little touch
and
of you.
it was so bizarre because there's at one point where it sounds like in reverse, I say "will be fine," which I don't know what I actually say. I'd have to like play it forward again, but
That's
yeah,
weird.
if you want to pull up that song, if it's possible, I can like point it out to
Yeah,
you,
sure.
and it's very, very bizarre.
That's
And I gave myself chills.
What was the name of it again?
By Morning Will Be
Scary
Fine is
stuff.
the song. We can just like skip to the reverse
By morning
passage.
will be fine. Okay.
No, I'm gonna play like every Phineas and Ferb song
Yeah,
ever.
see what
in
messages you
reverse
can get.
when
Yep.
you're like, Dr.
Oh my
Doof is
God.
good.
So
All right, yeah, we'll let
here we
that
go.
play out until we get to the section. So yeah,
sure.
this was one of those things where, to your music conspiracy kind of question, this was the most bizarre, but like also fulfilling moments I've ever had writing a song. Like I took a song that, you know, I was proud of, but I did nothing with, and I'd written it like over a year ago at that point. And I literally just took it and I was like, I'm going to put this song in reverse at the end of this because I want to refer back to it. And the original artwork for my EP, I had used that same artwork for the single, but I never released the single properly. I just released it on my YouTube channel. So it's just so bizarre how it all
Right.
worked out in a way where it kind of ended the EP exactly how I wanted it to end. And I don't know, it was like a moment of just like, how did I do that? Like, that was not what I
Right.
thought this was going to be at all. And listening to Leave the City the first time through, like, I immediately caught on to the ending chord being the same chord as Truce. I just love stuff like that. I love little details like that.
I gotta
Yeah.
slap myself awake or something. Your music is like lulling me to sleep. It's
Oh no,
very
I'm glad.
nice.
A lot of people actually tell me that.
That's some peaceful stuff. Oh my
Um,
god.
No, it's honestly super flattering to hear, like, you know, people come and, like, I reference my live streams a lot because I'm literally there, like, most days of the week. But having people come and be like, yeah, like, I turn on your music and it's just, like, so calming and, like, you know, I do my homework to it, or, like, I can fall asleep and, like, yeah, I mean, this one in particular was just, like, written in the thought of, like, you know, I have a lot of trouble, like, going to bed and, like, you know, I stay up very late and, you know, I wrote this song, like, way into the morning and, like, it's kind of just saying, like, okay, if today sucked, like, you know, you'll wake up tomorrow and it's a new day, and that's why it's called, like, By Morning We'll Be Fine, because,
Well, like,
you
yeah.
never kind of know.
And that's super good, and that's like, I don't know, for me, like, that both the message and the tune of the song are very therapeutic, and I love that.
I super appreciate that.
And
this is one of the tracks I'm, like, probably, like, the most proud of that's currently out right now.
Cause, yeah, I like this one a lot, because it's like, it's got that mellow vibe to it, but you can hear the words and be like, okay, yeah, this is pretty good.
No, I'm very happy to hear that you enjoy it so much. That makes me really happy. Oh, I'm very proud of this one. This is where the reverse section starts, so I will try my best to point out
Ooh, yeah, let's
where
give this a
I'm
listen.
referring to.
Yes, please.
And right there in reverse, it sounds like I'll never sleep again, which I think it kind of repeats.
Yeah, definitely.
So the part that's coming up that I want to point out, it's like a call and response thing. I say by morning we'll be fine, but it sounds like in reverse it goes we'll be fine. Just listen for it. It's coming up right here after these oohs.
Okay.
And now here is that same part, but reversed, so you can hear what it says.
There it was. Did you guys hear it?
That was wild.
Yeah,
It's creepy.
So I was like, how do I end this? And I put the "By morning we'll be fine," me singing it forward over it, and right where I placed it is where it sounds like in reverse. So it was like, "We'll be fine." I was like, oh my god, did I just like, what did I just do? Like, I had to play it back over.
That's so
Yeah, I was
good.
like, oh my god, this is like, I can't believe this. And
It's that's so cool that you're experimenting with it too.
yeah,
Like that's
well,
awesome.
thank you so much. I was so proud of that, and like, I don't know, no one's really brought it up yet, and that's why, you know, I I don't really do a good job at like advertising myself, because boy do I not
Mhm.
like posting about like, hey guys, just post a new video, or like to my personal Facebook and like telling my friends, because I've gone through a lot growing up, and it's kind of molded the way I am now, where, you know, I've been doing music stuff and trying to sing since I was like 13 years old. And one major turning point for me that, you know, maybe I should be over by now, or maybe I should just like disregard, but something that really kind of changed my perspective about like sharing myself, or, you know, trusting people and whatever it may be. I had a friend at the time who I considered my best friend, and you know, he'd always like hype me up and be like, dude, your music's sick, and like you're like a great singer. And you know, I'd always believe him because I was like, it's my best friend, like he wouldn't lie to me. And then I figured out like he was talking to another one of my other friends, and it like got back to me that he was like, you know, bad mouthing me, and he was like, oh my god, like Mike is so bad, and I can't believe he thinks he's actually gonna like do this music thing. And you know, hearing something like that, it was just like,
Yeah,
man,
that's rough.
who else thinks like that? Because, you know, I thought maybe I had a support system of like friends.
That's what the kids call
Yeah.
toxic. That is disgusting, and I
Yeah,
hate
very,
it.
very toxic. And this was like when I was, you know, 15 or 16. So that was a turning point for me.
Yeah, but like, look where you
Yeah,
are
and
now.
I've come a long way.
Showed
I've
him
definitely come a
wrong.
long way, and yeah, I don't know what he's doing now, but it's just like,
Yeah, now he works at
yeah, he's just
McDonald's.
working a normal job.
Got
and,
him.
you know, probably not doing anything fun like
Yeah,
I'm
he's
doing.
not on a podcast right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's not doing a podcast with some real cool people that asked me to be on here. Like, I
Got
don't
'em.
know, that really changed my whole perspective on like
Yeah,
how I view
I bet.
what people say. And from there, and even to now, like I don't really post on my personal Facebook to my friends to see. And like, you know, being in a band for a while, like I'd message my friends and be like, hey, we got a show coming up. And
Mhm.
you know, being left on red by 14 people,
Oh no.
like, they're just like, okay, well, you know,
Ouch.
I'm just gonna keep doing my thing.
Time to
and
stop. Yeah.
hopefully you guys come around and maybe you'll see one of my videos. But like, I'm just done mentioning what I'm doing. And
Yeah, it's tough. It's like the most successful people are the majority of the time the ones that kind of threw out all that self-respect and dignity and just, you know, jammed everything in everyone's face until somebody clicked on it enough.
yeah, and I don't have it in me to do that, especially after like, you know, it's literally just be like messaging my closest friends that I hang
Uh-huh.
out with on a daily basis, or whoever it may be, and to message them and be like super excited to be like, hey, I just uploaded a new video, or I just uploaded this new song, like let me know what you think. And for them to just like open it and not say anything, and just
Yeah, that's
like,
rough.
all right, well, that sucks. So I've kind of carried those same emotions with just general like promoting myself. Like I don't promote myself hardly ever, because
Yeah, that
I
is
have
something
that
I've
same
noticed.
thought.
Well, it's all about moderation. It's like you don't have to promote yourself and put yourself out there all the time, but it's good to make yourself known. You know, like you just got to keep it at a specific level.
Yeah, and that's a balance that I've been trying to find. Like I feel like this entire year I've been really trying to change different things, like change my approaches to things, and to, you know, try to post about my new video every so often, or to try to post about like, hey, go check out my music, or, you know, whatever it may be. Because who knows, if I were to have advertised myself up to this point now, like, you know, maybe I would have experienced a little more growth, maybe I wouldn't have, I don't know. But